All right, this is worksheet 7.5. So we're graphing square root and cube root functions as the parent function. So it says describe how the given function differs left, right, up, and down from the parent function. So here we're just going to use the square root as the parent function. So remember the term inside the square root is going to shift it left to right, but then it's maybe opposite of what you would think. So this is a positive 3. It's going to send it to the left 3. What's being done in the square root function is the opposite direction on the number line, left and right wise. So left 3. I don't need a negative sign with that. And I didn't get this thing fixed. I worked on it. So it's left 3. You don't need a positive or negative. Now this minus 2 is outside of the square root sign, so that's going to literally shift it up or down in literally the direction that you see it. So it's negative 2, so it's going to be down 2. Shifts the parent function down 2. This is in the square root sign, so it's going to shift it left or right. But when it's in the square root sign, it's the opposite direction is what you'd see. So on the x-axis, we're actually going to go positive 1, which is right 1. Right 1. So within the square root function, we're going to have a shift. And again, when it's in the square root, it's the opposite. So on the number line, it's not going to be to negative 7. It's going to be positive 7 or right 7. And then this sends it the literal direction. So our height is going to go up 2. So 2 shifts on that one. Here, inside the square root, it's going to send it to the left 5 and then down 1. This negative 1 inside the square root will send it to the right 1. And the plusing 3 outside of the square root sends it up 3. All right, let's try graphing some. So here I would think about what the parent function would look like. It would be the square root is 0, the square root of 1 is 1, the square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of 9 is 3. So maybe start off with the parent function, and you could graph it. It would look like this. You don't actually technically have to graph it. It's not in the directions, but it might be the easiest process. So we can see where the graph is trending. But now realize that this is going to send us to the left 4. This adding 4 within the square root. So we're not going to have 0, 0. We're going to have negative 4, 0. Maybe I'll do this in a different color actually. So we see the green parent function, but I need to shift this point to the left 4. In fact, I'm going to shift all of the points to the left 4. So you can do it numerically and subtract 4 from all the x's. That sends things to the left 4. And then plot these points, or if you're more of a visual person, you can just shift the points. So I'm sliding them all to the left 4. Something like that. And so this red function is actually the graph of that equation. So here is the equation y equals the square root of x plus 4 in red. So this is another square root function. So I'm going to just refresh my memory again on what the square root of x looks like. And then I could graph it. Just takes a second, and you get used to, like, this will start to go super fast. Although, did you guys catch that I made a goof on the last one? I just counted wrong, and then I counted wrong on this one, so then I counted wrong on that one. So I'm going to fix that in a second. I think I'll come back to that. So let me count carefully this time. So when I plotted the point 4, 2, I actually plotted it accidentally at 4, 3. So 4, 2 would be right there. 9, 3 would be right about there. So now this shift is going to send this graph to the right 1 and up 2. So that's the equation I'm actually trying to, or the graph I'm trying to actually have here. So each of these points I'm going to send right 1 and up 2, right 1 up 2, right 1 up 2, right 1 up 2. Ooh, something like that. And so this one would have been, if I just plot 4, 2 correctly, it's right there, and then 9, 3 is right there. So then we were shifting left 4 here. So I gotta curve that a little more to hit that dot now. Whoa, something like that. Let's try some cube roots. So recall the cube root function. The cube root of 0 is 0, the cube root of 1 is 1, and the cube root of 8 is 2. But then we can actually take the cube roots of negative numbers. What number times itself 3 times is negative 8? Negative 2 is. So I could plot the parent function. I guess this time I'm doing it in red. So it looks like this. But now there's going to be a shift. Whoa, not like that. Yeah, this thing's been really acting haywire. I apologize for some sloppier than usual drawings. Although this is pretty good. Oh yeah, Mr. P. That's decent. It should be more of an upward curve right here, but it's not supposed to dip down. So what's the shift going to be? The shift is going to send it up 3. So you could add 3 to the y's if you wanted to and call it negative 8, 1, negative 1, 2, 0, 3. I should put parentheses around this so it just doesn't look like a list of numbers. And 1, 4, and 8, 5 if you'd like, or if you're more visual, just send them up 3 positions on the graph. Boom, 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 and make a nice curve. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Again, same parent function here for number 10. So if I think about some points on there, think about your perfect cubes. I can go negative with cubes. And we plot the same mother function. Now, what's the shift going to be on this one? Our shift is going to be to the left 2 because of the plus 2, and then down 3. So you could do the math, but honestly, folks, I think it's just easier taking these points and shifting them. I'm going to start right here at the origin. I'm going to go left 2 and down 3. Left 2, down 3. So this should not warp the graph at all. Down 3, left 2. Yeah, see how this point should be. These points are all one point on top of each other, so there should only be one square vertically between them. It should keep that distance. And then I think I haven't done this one yet. Down 3, sure enough, and then left 2. So we have these 3 in a row again. And then left 2, down 3. Boom. Let me make a smooth curve. Ooh, that one was really good. Yeah, yo. That's how we do it.